Hello and welcome to Knights of the Hobby Table with your wonderful hosts, me, Blake, Gitchbull, and one of my favourite elves ever, Obleron. How are you, bro?
So, I'm not wonderful?
You are? Oh, well, I'm not going to tell people how you are. You can tell us. Are you wonderful, sir?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Well, there you go. You heard it here first, folks. It's canon. He is wonderful.
Today I am. Yeah, definitely. Today I'm definitely
For
wonderful.
now.
Yes.
For now. I think it's the oversized hoodie you're wearing.
Yes. It gives
Very
me Emperor
comfortable.
Palpatine feeling.
Do it. Do it.
Give it.
Do it. Long time no see, brother. What's been going on?
Oh, that's been a very long time. Jesus Christ.
It actually hasn't been that long. It's only been a month, but you know.
Well, we did say we were going to try shoving another episode, but, you know.
We did try.
We did try. But, you know, life got in the way, so we apologize for that.
Well, it's a complicated one in December, right? Because obviously, like, my work commitments go up.
Yeah.
And both of our family commitments go up.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, it's already hard enough that we live fucking, you know, opposite sides of the world with, like, time zone differences.
Oh, yeah.
And you add other shit on top of that as well. It's just like, sometimes it just doesn't happen despite our best intentions. But
yeah.
that's alright. He's got us now.
Yeah.
You know?
I think when we did the previous episode, I think 2 days after my workload increased, like, immensely, so I was just knackered for the whole month, basically. So,
yeah.
It wasn't a good time. But, here we are.
I was dealing with a pretty gnarly case of burnout for a couple of months anyway, so...
Yeah.
I'm, feeling good now.
Yeah. Nice. Very
Wonderful,
nice.
one might say.
Oh, lovely.
One might.
My.
Oh my. But, look, before we get into it today, to put it bluntly, we don't have a subject today. We just came here to chat with you motherfuckers, because, you know, we love chatting, and we love putting out content for you guys. And, you know, we didn't feel like it needed to be a big subject-y episode. So we're just here to hang out, to be honest, talk about hobbies, which is what this is all about.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Oh, yeah.
Because I've been trying to do some hobbying in there, and I did actually manage to do some. So.
You've been giving it a red-hot crack, ain't you?
Oh, yeah, bud. Oh, yeah. How about we start with what you've been up to in your hobbies since we last spoke?
Man. I'm trying to think. I've definitely been playing a lot of video games.
But that's not a hobby.
Shut up. I find when I am stressed and burnt out, I can always find time for a video game because I can sort of just clock my brain off. I don't need to be creative for it. I can just be involved, you know. At the moment, I've been playing Fortnite a bit with the crew, but I've also been playing Baldur's Gate 3 with my cousin. With the one that's a witness protection, Mr. Bowen.
Yes.
So that's been fucking sick. A little bit more time to hang out with him, even if it's not face to face. It's just super duper fun. And the coolest thing about it is we actually have created in Baldur's Gate our characters. We've recreated the ones that we had in our long D&D campaign that we had together.
Okay.
So we played for like 2.5 years in a D&D campaign, and then like campaign ended, we sort of didn't have any time to play anymore, whatever. But I still felt like my character had more story, and so did Bowen. So we've just recreated our characters, and now, like, obviously the game has dialogue options and things like that, but it's also like we roleplay as we play, like for laughs. You know?
Okay.
Like my guy's a blue dragonborn barbarian, and he's just, you know, I guess you'd call him chaotic good because he always tries to do the right thing, but he just full sends way too often. You know, like we're walking through and I'm like, oh, a button. And he's like, no, and I've already pressed it. Like, I'm like, oh well, it looked fun, you know. So it's a good time. I've really been enjoying that because it feels like I'm playing D&D. Like it scratches the same itch. So I like that. I also had been gearing up, preparing the battlements for I go on holiday in like 2 and a bit weeks, I think. Anyway, early February. Early February to early March. I'm off for a month.
Nice.
So I am prepping all of my models that I want to paint while I'm on holiday. Want to try and get my 3D printer printing good shit again. Because I'll tell you about that in a second. Don't start me.
Yeah.
But I built 3 Talaris Terminators the other day for the Custodes. So I built those guys while I was just hanging out watching anime. So they're built. I got another 5 Wardens and Trajan Valoris to build. I want to try and get all those done on my holidays. We'll see, but that's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So besides that, I've been drawing a little.
I saw some doodles.
I drew Gohan for the first time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I've never drawn him before, so I did like Super Saiyan Gohan. I also just free-handed, like out of my mind, drew what I thought Spider-Man looked like. And it turns out that in my mind, what translates directly to my hand is pretty much exactly Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man from the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, it looks nearly identical. I don't know if you've looked at them, but it's like a mixture of like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and like 1990s comic book Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So you can see where my influences are.
Yeah, he's the guy that did Spawn, right? Yeah.
He sure is. He also designed Venom.
Venom
didn't need to say. And if you look at the old comic books, before Todd McFarlane, if you look at the way they used to draw webs, it was literally, it just looked like cum coming out of his hand. It's like like a spray.
Yeah.
You know, with like directions. Where Todd McFarlane, he did that rope-like web. Where it's like, you'll see like strands with like curly bits around it.
Yeah.
That is from Todd McFarlane, and people have sort of taken and built on that since. But before that, they were just cum webs, so...
Cum webs.
Yeah, so thanks Todd McFarlane for neutering Spider-Man. I don't know.
Oh, lordy.
But yeah, what about you, man? What's been going on?
Well, a lot of work, that's for sure. But I've been trying to relax with building models, I guess. And one of the models I actually started building was my Wing Gundam. I'm like probably like 45-50% through. I just need to build his arms, the wings, and all the accessories. So
God damn, I love Gundams.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like, and I think that just to cleanse the palette, you know, because I don't know. I used to love painting so much, and I think I burned myself out a little bit on it. So we'll see when that painting kick comes back. But so far, I've built a lot of models. So
I think you're... Like, I don't know if people know, but you're still relatively new to the hobby. You're not like a 15-year veteran.
No.
You're like, what, 3 years in?
Yeah, 3 years. 3 years, yeah.
About 3 years. So, like, it makes sense that you went at it as hard as you did.
Yeah.
But when you sort of get, like, because I've been painting Warhammer on and off since I was about 15.
Yeah.
So, a long time. A long time. Not, like, continuously. That's why I'm like, I'm decent at it, but I'm not, like... Oh god, because I'm not consistent. But for me, when it comes to hobbying, I find that I know what itch I need to scratch now.
Yeah.
Like where I want to be creative. So like if I feel like painting, I will paint. But sometimes I do just want to build.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't want to build a space marine. Sometimes I want to build a big fucking kick-ass mech. And that's why I love Gundams, because they're a different thing. And then if I do look at it and I go, oh, this really needs paint or whatever, then I can do that too.
Yeah.
Take it as far or as little as you want. So it's a different itch.
Yeah.
And I think that you will eventually be able to decipher a bit more which itch needs scratching at which time. Maybe you'll paint for 6 months like a madman, then you'll only build Gundams for a year. Like, it just depends.
Yeah, it's I'm just a very methodical person. Like, the way I think of it, like, I can't start painting until I've built all of my Space Marines, basically. But like, you can just not in a logical mind. Like, you take the steps before you go to the next step, right?
Yeah. Plus, your work ethic is insane. Like, you're, why are we wasting time? Let's just do everything. And I'm like, how about we just do it when we get to it? Like, the models... No one's coming over to check if you painted your models, mate. Like,
whoa.
they're done when they're done. You know what I mean?
You don't have James Workshop knocking at your door, coming in like, why haven't you painted that model yet?
Mate, James Workshop is very upset with me because I don't buy their sets from FOMO. I tell myself that until I've finished a certain amount, I don't buy anymore.
Okay. Because
yeah,
I haven't actually bought anything in a very long time. But I went to... because it was Christmas. And of course you give your kids stuff for Christmas. And this year he kind of wanted money. So when we gave him the money, he was like, oh, let's go into the city and see what we can find. So straight away, that little dude went to the Warhammer shop and bought himself the new Norn Emissary, like the huge knight-sized Nid model. And it's
the big one? The Kaiju?
The big one, yeah. And it's really such a cool kit. So when we were there, he also saw the limited edition Squigs with the grots. So he bought the limited edition Age of Sigmar grot with the squig, and I bought for myself the limited edition grot. What's it called? The Christmas grot, basically.
Yeah. The red one.
Yeah, the red Gobo. That's his name.
Yeah, the red Gobo. That's it.
Yeah. So that's the first model I bought in probably 4 to 5 months, I think. So
I had those boxes that I won in the bet.
Yeah.
Remember I won those combat patrols, so like I've just grown more Warhammer again magically. I'm like,
gets free Warhammer.
You don't even know about my boxes of Age of Sigmar, dude. I have so much backlog of Age of Sigmar. Like, so much so that the game will probably go extinct because of the old world before I get it done. I'm gonna be like, oh, well, what's that old model you got there, that Stormcaster turtle?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but besides building the Gundam and having a lovely trip to the hobby store with my kid and ending up buying more Nids, I really want to buy that kit, by the way. Like, it's a really well-made kit.
Yeah, the big kaiju one?
Yeah, it's really well made. Like, it doesn't take a lot of effort to... It feels like they took a little bit of inspiration here from Gundam in the way that they do their kits.
It's almost like we've been saying that for a while.
Yeah.
We'll don't worry, guys. We'll take the check in the mail. It's all good. Thank you, James Workshop.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really fun building that. Like, it didn't take a lot of time either. Like, I think I built a complete mold in like 2 hours, and then I blended all the mold lines together and all the where you have like overlapping pieces that you glue together. Like, I managed to just hide all the gaps, the panel gaps, and everything.
So they're ungated basically, and
quite well, yeah, like quite well. They did a good job on hiding it. So
conversely, compared to their old Hormagaunts, which had a join line in the center of their faces.
Yeah. Come on.
How are you that dumb? How are you that dumb? Like, I don't care if it's the bodies, but at least put the faces on little sprues like the heads.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, put the heads on sprues like the Space Marine heads. That's all you had to do. You know what? I'll tell you what, G-Dub. Good old James Workshop. if you want to sponsor our podcast, we will be your consultants and help.
Oh yeah, man.
Because it's
free ideas
there's
all
clearly some
around.
teething issues. There's clearly some teething issues going on. Man. I don't know if y'all know, but I got an extra tooth.
Yeah,
I got them.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's been it.
Cool.
But besides that, I got a real fun story for you.
Oh yeah, you were gonna tell me this before, and you're like, "Should I save it for the podcast?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yes."
I think it's worth
Save
it.
it.
I think it was worth it for the podcast. So, as you know, me and Blake, we sometimes do this thing called hyperfixation.
Whoa. When has that ever happened?
Pretty much every time we meet.
You didn't
Remember
finish your
lightsabers?
You didn't finish your model car either, did you?
No, I didn't. Okay, I'll continue. But
Oops.
so my hyperfixation has been cars once more. It's one of those that actually returns like every 4 or 5 years or something. So it's not the first time I've fell into this loophole. And
it is worth noting too, hyperfixations for us aren't like random things. They're things that we've probably usually had a bit of interest in for a long time.
Yeah.
And it just comes back around in a cycle.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you like cars. I like guitars.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just gotta buy other guitars.
Yeah. I haven't fixated on guitars for a long time, though. So I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna keep a lock on that one for now.
Wait till I buy a bass. That's gonna happen. You're gonna see me with new gear and you'll be like, oh, I want new gear. Guaranteed.
So yeah, continuing.
Anyway.
And I think it's very fairly known that I like a certain brand of cars. So of course
Volvos, right?
Absolutely not the Volvos. That's atrocious. So this brand, I was just browsing around and ended up in a Discord server of said brand. And weird enough, like, I just started commenting a little bit here and there in their general chat, and suddenly this guy is like, "Hey, are you Swedish?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." "Oh, okay, that's cool." Because I was looking at your models on your Instagram. I was like, "Oh, so you do Warhammer?" I was like, "Nah. But I did used to play Tau back in the days." It's like, "Oh, you son of a bitch." So I had like a whole Warhammer interaction on a Porsche server. Bring the absolute nerdness everywhere.
Weirder things have happened.
Oh yeah, well it's
No, that's
just,
cool.
It's just one of those things, like, you don't expect to talk about Warhammer on a Porsche server. That's kind of it.
Do you know why though? It's because people that buy Warhammer usually can't afford a Porsche as well. So the fact that he used to do Warhammer and now has a Porsche speaks volumes.
So what you're telling me is I need to get rid of the Warhammer and afford a Porsche.
Maybe.
Wait, are we onto something
Maybe.
here?
I don't know. I wouldn't buy a Porsche even if I did have the money.
Oh, well, that's just...
I mean, no. Hold on. Let me make an addendum to that. I'd buy a GT3 RS. I just wouldn't buy like a more normal Porsche, like a Cayman or something like that.
What do you mean normal?
Style. They're not my style. Like, I was looking at that one that you and Panda were looking at last night.
Yeah.
And he's like 300 horsepower. Oh my! And I was like, our Falcons with the turbos, they make that. They're nearly the same 0 to 100 and a dirty old bogan slinger. Like,
Yeah, but how about we put that to a track?
yeah, but what's a track, mate?
Yeah.
Tracks can be straight. It's fine.
Yeah, but the minute that curves come, you know which car is going to be better, right?
Yeah, but you know, it's also the price range.
Well,
You know, like,
I mean, it's kind of the same
Or-
with all these American cars. Like, you just put the biggest engine you can in it and just hope for the best. And it's like,
well,
you know, you're not going to
to
go
be-
anywhere except for the ditch with that car, right?
No, so this is what makes those Falcons the best, right? Like, what I love about them. The engines are big, but they're not V8s. They're a straight 6 with a big turbo. So it's like Japanese thinking. You know what I mean? It's like, don't get me wrong, it's a 4-litre straight 6, but, 4-litre straight 6.
Alright.
Fucking
So the car that I'm
cars.
looking at is 300 horsepower out of 2 liters with 4 cylinders.
Yeah, but
So
that's just a fancy Golf, mate.
all right. Let's close this conversation before it gets.
I'm
too
joking,
heated.
dude. No,
Yeah.
dude, I'm shit stirring you. No, but I do like the Porsches, man. If you have one, that would be the most balling thing ever.
Yeah,
Like, if you do buy one, that's fucking hardcore.
I would definitely love one. It's been a kind of a little life goal since like I've been probably 14, 15. I don't think Porsche really looked at. I didn't look at Porsche that way when I was 14, 15, but that kind of came around the next time I hyper fixated on cars. And now it's back again. So.
See, I think the difference is for us here in Australia is like European cars have a certain reputation here because they are European.
Mm.
But to you guys, that's a normal car.
Yeah.
Because you're European.
Exactly.
Right? So, like, on top of it being a Porsche, it's also a European car. So it's naturally more expensive.
Yeah.
So, like, we look at that and we're like, and, like, services here for a European car cost more for a service. Just because, like, we got to ship the parts all the fucking way to our little island.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's a Porsche part, it's already expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Japan, it's just over the pond from us.
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, if I won Lotto, tomorrow, I'd be going to the Nissan dealership and buying the brand new Z.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. And I'd go get myself a Mustang. Like a classic Mustang.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm because the new Toyota Supra is also a really nice looking car. Even though it's like half a BMW, but
I was about to say, but it is still a BMW.
yeah,
it doesn't help with that problem.
No, exactly. So, yeah. All right. How about we move on to the next subject, because cars. I don't think a lot of our audience is actually into cars, even though we have little Ersatz who's nudging me on that car front quite a lot lately this week.
Ersatz does that. I like him like that.
He's shit-starring me for that. Good input. All right.
Shout out to Ersatz, always giving me Japanese travel advice. Love it.
Oh, man. Man, I still love that little RWB ball kit car that he signed from Nakai. Ah, man. Yeah, thanks so much for that.
Fucking sick.
It was dope as fuck.
So sick. Yeah, nice. Okay, one thing I wanted to ask you, unless you have something loaded in the chamber. No? One thing I wanted to ask you was, do you have any hobby ideas that you want to give a crack this year? Like, is there some model kits that you really want to get? Is there some new things you want to try? Maybe some, have you got anything in the wings that you want to sort of start running at? Because I know I do.
Yeah,
so
I'm actually kind of looking the same way. I don't know if you remembered last year, but I printed pretty much all the pieces for a Warhound Titan. So I think this year may be the year that I'm gonna try and build it all together, put in all the LEDs and do all that fancy schmancy stuff. So see where we end up with that one.
I like that.
And
anything else?
Yes. The second thing is probably print more NIDs. Or buy a couple of NID kits myself. Because the new Tyranid kits have been really looking good. And I think with the paint scheme that I'm going for, I can knock them out super fast anyway. So I think in the long run it won't hurt me that much. However, I still have a lot of Space Marines left to do. So I think I want to crack on with that stuff before I get more stuff. It's just getting to a point where it's and it's like a mountain hanging over you, ready to crush you. I think then it's
Yeah, you
time
don't want
to get
that.
cracking on it before
Yeah.
it.
You want to be able to move forward with things.
Yeah,
Go, right, I got no more Space Marines. What do I want to buy now?
yeah,
Like, that's better. Yeah.
yeah. I think
That's cool.
I think that's one of the goals. Like, at least get one of these factions completely done, because like my custodes are super close to being finished. That's like 9 models. That's not terrible. The Necrons are just 2 models left. My Knights are 4 models left. Like,
That's a big job, but
yeah, the Knights are probably like a 2-3 month job if I sit every evening. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's still not unmanageable, and I want to get back into it. So I want to get painting again. So we'll just see what happens. Let's just see if I can finish up these Terminator boys and see where my paintbrush leads me after.
I like it. I like it. That's cool. I have a few ideas at the moment. Not just Warhammer. Obviously, like, Warhammer's a constant for me, but I feel very creative when I watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
It inspires me. From an artistic point of view, but also if you've ever looked at my models, you can like you probably noticed that when I do my Space Marines, I have a comic book style to my things already.
Yeah.
Like, it's just naturally how I envision things when I make art. So when I do Space Marines, like, I can paint cleaner and less contrasty, but I choose to add in a shitload of contrast, because to me it looks cell shaded and it makes it striking to the eye.
Yeah.
So one thing I've been looking at doing is buying some Dragon Ball Z Ban Presto like collectibles, right? Because they're really good value for money, and doing extra paintwork on top of what's already there in order to make them cell shaded.
Yeah.
And make them look like they're straight out of the anime. So, like, that sort of shit. So that's something that I've been looking into, which sounds really fun. But then I also kind of went, hold on, if I get a resin printer at some point, I can resin print these models. There's STLs for them.
Yeah.
And I can just do that, So I'm thinking maybe of even starting an Etsy store doing that.
Oh.
Like, selling those.
Yeah.
Just 1 or 2 here and there. Not big batches, not like commission painting. Like, I might spend 3 months doing a Vegeta.
No.
And then you go, I feel like spending it. I feel like selling this and put it up for a couple of $100.
Yeah.
I saw a dude on there, he's selling them for $400 a pop.
Yeah.
Like, for that sort of thing. So if I can sell something for, $150 and make money back for the hobby, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I'll just fill my shelf with a bunch of really cool Dragon Ball Z figures I painted.
Hell yeah. Either way, you're gonna win at it.
Exactly. So there is that. There is that side of it. On the Warhammer side of it, I'm cracking through my custodies.
Yeah.
It's only going to take me probably 1, maybe 2 more sessions to finish my Land Raider, and that's done. Like, because all the base coats are blocked in, it's just a bit of detail work, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I then have 3 Talaris built. I'm going to build my 5 Wardens, get treasure done. Once those guys are done, all I have then, and like, don't get me wrong, it's actually quite a lot of models, is a combat patrol.
Mm-hmm.
And if I work my way through that, that's 2,000 points. That is that army done.
Yeah.
I don't ever need to add anything else to that army. And that's sick. But if I can get up to the combat patrol being done, I'm thinking about picking up the Octarius box. Because I'm getting to this point where I want to paint more Warhammer armies, but I don't want to commit to doing an entire fucking 2,000 point army.
Yeah.
Or even a 500 point army. I just don't feel like doing it. But I still want to have these cool ideas and make things super fun. And I love the Krieg. I want to paint some orcs, so I'm like, why not do that? And then if I come up with crazy gimmick ideas for my army, instead of doing it across the whole army, I can do it across just the kill team.
Yeah.
And then if I decide it sticks, I can always do more later, right? I can go, okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do a full army of this particular style.
Yeah.
But, I think it's just a better way of working. It's going to give me a bit more of that whole piece of the pie. Because, like, I'd like to do some squats.
Hmm?
But I don't want to build a whole army of them when I can build a whole army of Tau, because they're very similar.
Yeah.
But if I can buy some squats, like a squad, and give them beards and shit, make them proper dwarfy,
Yeah.
that's going to be fun for me. That's it. That's what I need from them, you know?
Yeah. Fair.
And, yeah. So there is that. Another thing is, too, I've really, really, really been window shopping bass guitars lately.
Oh.
Because I own 7 or 8 electric guitars. Like 6 strings, 6 and 7s.
Yeah.
And I don't have a bass anymore. I used to have this really nice Epiphone Thunderbird.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with those basses, but...
Yeah.
Are you playing with fire,
No.
motherfucker? I told you he's an elf. He's conjuring flame. Oh, I wish our camera feed was up sometimes.
Oh, Lord.
But, yeah, so, like, I've been window shopping that stuff a bit. I used to have an Epiphone Thunderbird in Alpine White,
Ooh.
which is really hard to get now. You can't get them. They were a custom shop thing. And it was really sick, but I had to sell it at one point to make some ends meet, because you know how life is.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a bass since. So I'm like, fuck, dude, I was much better at bass than I am at guitar. And it's a different sort of instrument. It's much more percussive and fun.
Yeah.
It's not so, like, precise and sort of... It's just more like... Yeah, it's real fun. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I think I need that again. I really do, you know? So, I don't know what way I'm going to go with it. I got a few that I'm eyeing up. I'm getting old because some of them are Fenders, you know?
Yeah.
But Fender basses are way cooler than their guitars, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah.
But, yeah. That's what I've been doing. Oh, and fish tank shenanigans, whatever.
Fish tanks. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Fish tank shenanigans. But, yeah. That's what's on my plate this year. You know, I want to crack into those things, and obviously I want to keep getting better at drawing. I want to get better at everything we do. I want the podcast to get better.
Yeah.
You know, all those things. But those are the new things that are making me real excited right now.
Yeah. I don't know. It will be kind of exciting to finish up some models with my son so that we can do some games. We've primed a lot of models for him, so we're just gonna see, because I bought the contrast paints for him, so it should go pretty fast for him to paint and more rewarding.
Yeah, slap chop them.
Yeah, slap chop basically.
Yeah. You know what's a sick idea? You and your son should play Warhammer games and bet household chores. So, like, whoever loses has to take the garbage out for the week or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Like, that's the way to go.
He can play for gaming time. If he wants to play video games, he'll have to beat me in Warhammer.
You bet your ass he's gonna start beating you a lot.
Oh yeah. Like, he can do it with Pokemon cards. You bet your ass he will do it with Warhammer as well.
As long as you don't use that fucking overpowered Piplup deck.
That's the one that... Yeah, that's the one that I'm using against him too.
Shenanigans.
It's been a while since we played. You wanna crack at it again?
I would love to. I don't think they have the same app anymore, though, do they?
No, they moved to a new app, that's for sure. And I don't think I've played...
Do we have our old decks still?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
You're gonna have to try and look that up, because I actually quite enjoyed playing that online with you. That was really fun.
Yeah, it was real cool.
And against others, too. I like crushing them to dust.
Yeah, then I'm here to humble you a little bit, so it's fine.
Well, once again, you're an elf and you have magic. It's not fair. I'm just a humble dwarf.
It's just me little legs. I can't reach it.
Me wee little legs. Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man. Okay, yeah. I don't know though, man. So, how was, like, how do I put it? like, fucking this year. Like, last year was a real motherfucker. Like, we had a lot of success with the podcast, obviously. Like, we're the greatest fucking fans in the world. But last year, from fucking producing standpoint, was hard.
Yeah.
We had a lot of ups and downs last year.
Yeah.
You know, what was your highlight of last year, though? Like, where did you think, fuck, we did really good? You know?
We did really good. I think I'd have to say when we managed to get promoted on the Tacticus app.
Oh.
I think...
Was that last year?
Yeah, it was last year. Because they came out last year. And they had their 1 year anniversary not too long ago, so...
Yeah, that was a highlight. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, shit, we're a real podcast now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I think that kind of set us apart a little earlier on too.
Yeah.
And it gave us a kick in the nuts to get more content out. Like,
yeah, and I think Tacticus are really cool because they're really good to work with. Like, they don't go, you need to do this and this and this and this. They're just like, hey, if you talk about stuff that's relevant, we'll tell people about it. And I like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not someone who likes to sort of owe people things.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I like that it's just like we're mutually helping each other.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking sick. So,
yeah.
I'd be happy to work with Tacticus a bit more. They're good.
Yeah.
Good dudes.
To be honest, I've had a break from it myself as well for like 3. How fucking long was it? Like probably 5 months or something. And I recently started playing again. Just jumped into my old guild again after a couple of weeks, and like I'm doing pretty great again. Like on the game, and like it's a lot of fun. Like there's so much new things, new characters, and there's always something to do. So I think maybe we should have do like some updated or just do like a bonus episode on it. Just to get back into it.
Yeah, why not, man?
Just to...
I think I'll probably download it and just have a bit of a look, because, like, I put it down because, like, I'm not one to like to spend a shitload of time on my phone.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm playing games, I'll generally play them on my PC.
Yeah.
But, you know, it kept my attention for quite a while, and that's no small feat for a mobile game.
Exactly.
Like, I play apart from Pokemon Go, I think I play Tacticus the most.
Yeah.
Which says something.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought that was cool. I think for me, a big highlight for me was when we decided to get our 3D printers.
Ooh, yeah.
And that was made possible by everyone that supports the show on a monetary level.
Yeah.
Because, like, for those who don't know, me and Obi, the entire time we have made this show, which is coming up on 2 years, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, coming up on 2 years, we had not taken $1 from our patronage or anything like that for ourselves.
No.
Nothing. Like, we put it all back into the podcast.
Yeah, it was basically
like,
giveaways or pay for shipping for things, or the stickers we did.
Yeah, the stickers, our business cards. Actually, no, I paid for those out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
The business cards. You know, all those things, though, like, they all come out, and like the membership for the podcast subscription, whatever. So like when we sort of looked at it, went, hold on a minute, we can literally halve what we have and get things that are going to generate content for us. So to put back for ourselves, but to also grow the podcast, that felt really good. Like I genuinely, and I think you did too, we both teared up with excitement, because that was like unreal to us, that a thing that we made with our hard work and sweat and, you know, frustration at times, it got us there, and we did that. You know, no one handed this podcast to us.
No.
We made it, and you guys made it possible. So for me, that was huge. You know.
Yeah.
It was sick. So. You know, and I think probably this year we'll do something similar again. Something that we can put back into the podcast. And You know?
Yeah.
One of my friends, he suggested that we put it towards plane tickets for one of us to meet up with each other.
Yeah, my girlfriend.
So either you to come here.
My girlfriend said the same thing. Really, like that we should have a actual episode with the both of us in the same room. That would have been just whack.
Wouldn't that be the wildest shit?
Yeah, right.
The wildest.
Just imagine Mark and Eric energy, but from us.
I don't think we'd be able to talk. My hand would be rubbing your thigh too.
Oh. Yeah, so that I think that would be a pretty cool idea to either meet.
That would be sick, man.
Either meet up or do something else, like move the show into a next phase, like with videos. I think that could probably help us out too.
I would like that. Even if it is just we get really good webcams.
Yeah.
And we film our faces doing this podcast.
Yeah.
And then we upload to other video platforms as well. With like our nice Knights of the Hobby Table regalia in the back, and then our faces and like our screens and
yeah.
I think that would work too.
Yeah.
And we just and honestly, that wouldn't actually be that much of a monetary investment.
No. I think personally for me, if I would be to buy a camera, it would be so that I could also film while painting, because that means that I will do streaming on Twitch at the same time I'm going to be painting, and I think that might be just an extra thing to just kick me in the ass and get back to the hobby again. Because because I've basically designed this room to be like YouTube ready. Because
and mine's on its way as well.
Yeah, so
like both of us are. Yeah.
So it the only thing that I'm missing right now to really get live streaming go with painting and a painting cam is the camera. So yeah,
that's definitely a thing that we can look at doing. I need to get a crash course in video editing from my cousin or from someone, like, and we both need to be able to do it, because I would like to actually make videos for us as well.
Yeah.
But different to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So the idea I had was like we need to fucking be up in other media forms as well.
Yeah.
And unfortunately TikTok does exist, but people use it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, how much effort could it be to quickly record me doing a painting technique?
Yeah.
And just do like a quick hobby thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, welcome to Quick Hobby Tips, the Knights of the Hobby Table. Today, we're going to teach you how to edge highlight a fucking shoulder pad on a model.
Yeah.
Quick, do it. Yep. Give a tip. Boom. 40 seconds, and then fucking upload to that thing. And, like, obviously, like, there's no guarantee anyone's going to see it.
No.
If they do, it starts to get that following that we don't have at the moment.
Yeah.
Then that's huge.
Exactly.
And the cool thing is, people don't know this, but we already have a YouTube channel name reserved, I believe.
Yeah, I think we
did that ages ago.
Yeah.
We did that ages ago.
Yeah.
So, if Obi does live streams, we can film them and upload them in their entirety.
Exactly.
We can also upload our episodes that we're doing now in their entirety. We can also do the shorts in the shorts section.
Yeah.
Right? And then I've actually thought about doing live streaming on gaming.
Yeah.
Like doing some actual streams with like Scar, for instance. Scar 505th.
Yeah.
He's looking to get back into streaming games, and we had a lot of fun doing that stuff. So we could literally, once again, capture, record, fucking edit, and play straight on YouTube. And it'd be like a hub for all the Knights of the Hobby Table content as well.
Yeah. Because I think what I could probably set up is have Twitch running in one area and just still be online in the Discord, because I don't want to lose the community in per se. Like, people will sure come to Twitch, but like there's a lot more interaction I can have with the Discord, so Discord will still be a thing for me. So
I don't care what we do, I don't care if we never make another dollar out of this podcast. I don't care about anything like that. The most important thing for me in doing this podcast is that Discord community.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if they're not there, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do other shit. I'm going to go talk about fish tanks on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you and I both, we persist through the hard times and we forge forward to make content because it fosters this community.
Yeah.
And we love this community. Like, we hang out with them. They're our friends. They're our family. That's what it's about for me. It's about maintaining the community.
Yeah.
But I would also love our community to grow.
Exactly.
So let's get more people in. Let's have fun. You know?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I think that growing is definitely like a goal for us continuously. It's always been a goal to grow. But I think in order for us to do it more, we're either gonna have to make more episodes, which is sometimes a little iffy now and then, but like, for example, streaming live that while we're hobbying, I mean, we're already hobbying, might as well just put a camera on it and make content out of it.
And that was my logic with, like, gaming as well. When I come home on a Wednesday night after work, I game.
Yeah.
I do the same on a Thursday night. So why not just stream for a half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour?
Yeah.
Hey guys, jump on, talk shit. You know, I'll be in Discord as well.
Yeah.
Like, cool, have fun. And maybe we just model. Maybe we paint.
Exactly.
A big request I've had from Tara a lot is that we do more community days. Because she loves them.
Yeah,
because she's too awkward to hop in. She's too awkward to hop into the chat.
Yeah.
And just chat about nothing. But if everyone's already hanging out, she'll just pop in and be like, "Hello," and she likes that vibe. But she's too awkward to sort of start it.
Yeah.
And I get it. A lot of people have the same feelings. So.
Yeah, for real.
But I think that, like you said, like, growing is what we want to do. You know, I've got business cards. I hand them out to heaps of people. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to continue doing that.
Yeah.
We just need to, now we're past the busy part, we need to put in the legwork and get going on it, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think work drained us quite a lot these last few months, so hopefully with our changes coming up, we should be able to get back on our feet. And
oh, look, I'm good. I'm me until October. Once October kicks in, if I'm still in the same job, I'll be fucked again.
Yep.
But you got me till October, 110, alright?
Yeah.
You know what I did find, actually? And obviously this comes along with growing the podcast. Like, we want to make merch.
Yeah.
Right? I'm thinking maybe Redbubble might be a good start, but I don't know. We still need to have a good conversation about that. But what I did find on Etsy, and I think we're just going to get a few of these done up. On Etsy, you can get custom keycaps for your keyboard done up.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about, you know, the little shield that I designed that we haven't had done up officially yet? The, where it's got, like, the quadrants, and it's got, like, K, and then O in the middle, and it's T, H, T on the shield. Have I showed you that sketch?
Yeah, you did.
I'm thinking about getting that emblazoned on a little key for a computer.
Oh, okay.
And I thought maybe we could sell them off to people for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah?
Sure.
Because, like, how many people do we have that would, like, be like, oh, yeah, we're gamers, we want that.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
For fun. But I want to do shit like that. I want to do up flags and banners and...
Yeah, whatever. Like...
Yeah, it's just a matter of, like you said, not being burned out from work.
Yeah.
And get into it. But we had that money there in the Patreon for putting our foot forward those things. So that's what we plan on doing.
Yeah. I think there's for me personally, I think there's gonna be a career change happening as well soon. So we'll see how that all pans out. So
you finally going on OnlyFans? Yes.
Yes.
Foot pics incoming, homies. Don't worry.
Yes. Soon with a dreadlock near you.
Yeah, look, I think we're both hoping for career changes this year, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Exactly.
I gotta have the opportunity first, so we'll see. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
otherwise,
we'll
by the looks of what you're wearing, I think being a Sith Lord might work out alright for you.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there was this con. Do you remember last year when I met that guy that made Space Marine armor?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that was again this year, but they sadly. It was so small this year. Like it was,
Oh, no.
it was really.
Did it die?
Yeah, it was really disappointing. I think they had a really hard time to recover after last one, but like this year was really bad. But me and my kid, I had this hoodie on. I basically went as black as possible and was sort of did a Sith Lord cosplay, and I took my lightsaber with me too. And then my kid did the same. He dressed up as Kylo Ren and had his lightsaber with him. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I
like that.
We had a good time. So yeah, but I think that's also kind of something that I like. I don't know. I guess in a way I feel like I'm too old to do that kind of stuff, or like too awkward. And like in the northern of Sweden, there is no such thing to go to these kind of dress up and do whatever kind of things. Cosplay events, there's no such thing.
Oh, here. So you say you want to get into more like cosplaying and prop building and things like
maybe,
that?
Maybe, maybe.
Man, look, the thing about it is, don't do it because you want to appear or not appear publicly. Like, do it because you want to make it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, look behind you. You have a big wall of galaxy stuff. You can't tell me that having a mannequin there holding different armor, like mannequins of different armor that you've made yourself, would not look cool.
Fair enough.
That's badass.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, the opportunity is there. Even like on your cabinet, your glass one, where you got that little candle right now.
Yeah.
Having like an Iron Man helmet there or a Space Marine helmet, like full size, would fucking be cool as shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this is what I wanted to... My fucking 3D printer right now, oh my god. I put a whole bed of stuff on a print the other day, and I've been having a little bit of issues with this with some prints, but this is the first one I've done in a while. Tara bought me some nice stuff for my printer for Christmas, and I put this print on, I loaded it up, and it had already failed once with a blocked nozzle, right? It did basically 10% of the print, and then the rest of it just didn't print. It just didn't exist. I was like, alright, fine. I put it on the print again with a brand new nozzle.
Yeah.
Half of it turned into spaghetti.
Oh.
Like actual red spaghetti. It looks like a murder scene. Hold up, I'll show you. But basically, like, I think what happened was the temperature, because I've never used this brand before. Look at that.
Oh, that's odd.
I think what happened is I had quite low density on my supports.
Yeah.
Right? Which normally isn't an issue. But I never used this brand of PLA before. It's just one that my friend gave me to print his stuff.
Okay.
And I think I needed to bump my temperature up by probably 5 or 10 degrees.
Okay.
Because I think what's happened is a few layers haven't adhered to each other. So then they've sagged, and being like already very like the minimum I can have them on the percentage for the supports.
Yeah.
Once they sagged even a little, they just fucking died.
Yeah. Okay.
And it just became spaghetti. So I had to dig through that whole build plate for salvageable bits for my friend's controller holders.
Okay.
You know, like it looked like. Have you seen the Doctor Strange movie, the most recent one with Wanda in it?
No.
Well, there's a scene in that where he turns someone into spaghetti, and that's basically what it looked like for my fucking 3D print. Like, there was hands, there was supposed to be Link's hands for a controller holder, and his fingers were there, but his palms back were just spaghetti.
Yeah.
I was like, God.
Palms,
damn it,
Small
yeah,
spaghetti.
his palms spaghetti, Link's weak palm spaghetti.
Oh Lord, that was fun.
God damn it.
I actually realized once again that I still have resin in my printer, and I haven't.
Go drink it.
I haven't used my printer in a few months because it's cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I really want to get a resin 3D printer this year. Once again, because I want to do those Dragon Ball Z things.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of paying $50 for a fucking statue when I can print it for 10.
Probably even less.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could print in pieces at least, like, cool shit, and have it everywhere.
You saw the Godzilla model I made, so.
I know, and I'm jealous.
You need it.
I have all these extra shells here, Obi. Here.
You can get to it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, in a way, I definitely want a plastic printer too, because it could provide some more easier, fun things, and in a faster way, if I can get it set up right, of course, to make things. But in a way, like, I don't know. I just don't know.
I'll tell you what,
it's
man.
time consuming again. Learning a new printer, I don't know.
But the best thing about them, bro, is they're so easy to use.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm having issues with mine right now, but like, because they're so entry level.
Yeah.
Like, literally, if you use Creality, if I can, Cura, you can literally put your printer in and let it auto generate supports for whatever you're doing and hit print. And it'll fucking work most of the time.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
I fiddle with shit, but I fiddle with shit because I want to save resources and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I can't live with spending, 1.5 kilos of plastic on a helmet when I could do it in 900 grams.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
But you could just do that. You could just do it that way.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, for resin printing at least, it doesn't work, and I think that might have scared me off a little bit of PLA printing too, because I know how much time it takes. I don't know if I haven't done any research lately if there's been any new developments in the programs to make it easier.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's time consuming for me still. So
honestly, man, even that full size Mando helmet and that, I spent maybe an hour or so fucking around with that, and that's just because I'm new to the software.
Yeah.
But that was just, I blocked out the supports from the dome up because it'll support itself. And then the rest of it, I did auto supports, dropped the density down, sliced it, and set it to work. I put it in, it worked.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it was.
Yeah.
And that was just, I didn't know how to enlarge the cube on the support blocker.
Yeah.
Of course, auto supports will automatically support the dome because of the overhang, but it doesn't need it.
Okay.
So, literally, that's all it is. And to solve that, you can flip it upside down and print it that way, too.
Yeah.
Easy. So, it's really not a complex thing, and they're fun. You can print so many fun things. You can print tool holders, you can print fucking, like...
Yeah.
You can print paint holders.
Yeah. I think I would use it more for, like, home stuff, too. Because my girlfriend is a lot into, like, this gothic, way of things. So it's just, like, making little frames or doing, like, special filament to put on the doors or whatever,
Yeah.
So.
Even, like you can see there, my Super Nintendo games. They're on a black, shelf.
Yeah.
Like a cartridge holder that I printed with a 3D printer.
Yeah.
Cost me $1.20 in filament. Like,
yeah.
Whoop-de-fucking-do,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot to think about, and there's a lot of goals. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think personally, I think I would probably get a camera before another printer. Just to make it worth it again to actually start hobbying and, I don't know. You know what I mean.
I think I want to see how far I'm willing to wade into the camera thing.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I don't think I need anything too crazy.
Yeah.
They're not GoPros, but they're like GoPros
Mm-hmm.
for vlogging and things like that are pretty decent now.
Yeah.
I was looking at them and it's like I could probably make do with that for like doing short videos, doing like I could do fish tank tips, and I could record myself. You know what I mean? I just need a slightly better webcam for in here for streaming. I'm good. It doesn't need to be 4K.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't need to be that fancy.
No, I think for me, I definitely want that 4K just to make sure that the models turn up great. You know, you can't see anything on a 780p, so it just turns to mush.
I get you.
So yeah,
I get you. Apparently, my camera's not available right now, so you don't get to see my face for a little while.
Oh, well.
Sorry, Abby.
That's the way it goes, I guess.
That's the way it goes. But yeah. I don't know if I told you, but I bought my missus Pokemon cards for Christmas.
Okay.
And so we can learn to battle each other. So
how did that turn out?
Fun. We haven't done it yet, but you know.
You haven't learned it yet?
It's just how it is sometimes. Well, I basically know how to play from playing online against you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
more or less.
It's not much more than that, so
that's what I thought. So, but trying to get her involved in it, she really likes opening the packets though, so it's a good start.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, fuck yeah. Man, is there anything coming out, releasing that you're very excited about? Like movies, hobby shit, like what's on the burner that you've seen that's making you hyped as fuck?
You wanna know something that I'm really hyped as fuck to see for a movie?
What?
The new Godzilla movie -1.
Me too. Me fucking too.
And you wanna know the worst part of it? They've finally released it in Europe, in Sweden, and my local theater is not showing it. So I'm really bummed out. So I can't get to see it until it releases on streaming services, which is another 6 months.
Okay, we need to have a conversation off air about you getting stuff on the internet for free.
Yeah. But, however, I did get... Oh, did I tell you I bought a new TV? Like a big TV, finally?
You did, but tell everyone.
Alright. It's been about 4 years since I moved into this house, and every damn year on Black Friday I say, motherfucker, I'm gonna buy myself a TV. And every Black Friday, something comes up and I'm fucking broke. So... this year, I managed to get a Christmas bonus finally for the first time in forever. So, my missus was like, well, treat yourself with this. Okay. So I bought a TV, which is technically still for the whole family to enjoy. So, there we go.
Yeah, I like that.
So,
what brand did you get?
Just a TLC. It's those newer brands,
cheaper brands,
the newer cheaper brand. I don't care. Like, it's a 75-inch. At least I get to see what's on the screen, and I can read the subtitles because I couldn't do that with that fucking 50-inch TV that we had. So,
have you had your eyes tested, buddy?
You know that it's really far from my sofa to the TV, so. I wanted a big TV. Alright.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
Yeah. But that big TV came with 3 months free Apple TV, which is also where the new Godzilla series are streaming on. So...
oh, yeah, the, what's that called again?
Monarch, something Monarch.
Legacy of Monsters?
Yeah, something like that.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
It's gotten a lot of praise, so I'm excited for that too.
Man, honestly, you and I, we love our fucking
lizard
Godzilla and shit anyway.
Big lizard. Yeah.
Speaking of big lizards, something that's got me very excited is that new Jurassic Park Survive. They got
Oh,
announced.
yes.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those games that we're probably gonna have to stream together, right?
I hope it's multiplayer in some capacity.
That would.
I hope it's like co-op multiplayer, because that would be so hype.
Yes.
Imagine us just like streaming that shit.
That would be
and
funny.
us screaming like girls at the same time and raptors jump out of places.
Exactly. No, that would be cool. For sure. No, but other than that, like Warhammer really hasn't excited me that much lately. Yeah.
Okay, what about Henry Cavill doing Warhammer series though?
Yes.
Have you seen the news about that?
I can get on board with that. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But I think it'll be a while until that's coming out, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know if you saw, but they're officially starting production on them now.
Oh, okay.
Like they're actually starting now. So
Is there any?
I'm excited for that.
Is there any guideline on what it's about, or is it?
Nah, not yet. It's just the deal is finally done.
Okay.
Like proper done.
Serves them right for getting out of The Witcher. Jesus Christ, what a shit show that was.
Man, I think that they just did that thing so dirty.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like they could have done so much with that show. And like I loved season 1.
Yeah.
I didn't mind season 2. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But going in the wrong direction. But I fell asleep through season 3 and never went back to it.
No.
And the fact that Tara didn't even want to get back to it shows.
Yeah. I think they did a season 4, right? As well, right?
Did they?
Right? No? I don't remember.
Season 3 was his last season.
I don't remember. Because, like...
Yeah, so...
all I remember was from that first episode from the new season, they basically just undid everything that happened in the season before it, and it was just like, well, why is this episode even here? Like,
why do it?
You've already ruined it completely, and now you're trying to get it more on track to where you want to steer it, but. Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. It's a really shit show. It's terrible writing, and I honestly, God, I'm really happy that Cavill saw that and cut his losses, because that was terrible.
Well, I think, like, especially when you hear someone, like, when people basically go like, we don't care. People will watch it anyway. Like, let's just make it whatever. Like, that sucks, man. Like, especially if you're a fan of the work, like,
exactly,
it's not gonna hit you well.
Yeah,
you know, like if I was working on a Lord of the Rings show, and I heard someone say that, I'd be like, "Peace out, motherfucker! Don't you talk about Tolkien that way?"
Yeah,
you know, like I'm out. So I get it, you know. But at the same time, you know, I guess it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, my camera's back. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Yeah. What I am looking forward to a lot is House of the Dragon Season 2 comes out in February. I'm very excited for that.
I haven't even finished Season 1.
Bro, we're kind of big Game of Thrones fans in this household.
Yeah.
We like that shit.
Just don't talk to me about Season 8 from the original one.
Man, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I didn't have a problem with where the plot arrived at.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I didn't care, like, and I'm not going to say what happens exactly. Like, I didn't care about who got the throne.
Nah.
I didn't care about certain characters losing their mind, things like that, because that was all planted. The problem I had with that season was the fact that we had 7 seasons of a very set pace.
Yeah.
A solid march, not rushing through things, but by no means crawling. You know, we had 7 seasons of build up for the Night King. We had 7 seasons of build up for, you know, for a certain character losing their mind, and you could see that it, you know, dropped throughout it. But then they did all of those massive events in one season. And it fucked the pacing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if they had just done one additional season for that show,
Yeah.
the pacing issues would have been completely solved.
Yeah.
So the season 8 should have ended with the Battle of the Night, like, against the White Walkers being resolved.
Yeah.
And then the battle for King's Landing should have been the next season.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, done.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect, because it
felt rushed. It was rushed.
It felt like you were on a bungee rope.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't put it past House of the Dragon to do it that quick, because it's been so fast paced for a Game of Thrones show.
Yeah.
But Game of Thrones itself was like 7 seasons of like, you know, a certain pace that we got used to, and then they just push you off a bridge.
Yeah.
And it felt rushed, like you said. The care wasn't there, which it normally would be. The budget was there, but the care wasn't, and that's a shame.
No.
You know, I am enjoying House of the Dragon though, because it is a bit more fast paced, but it seems like the people making it do actually care.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing a good job of it, and it still feels like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it feels like the same universe and same world, and I appreciate that. And there's more dragons, so I appreciate that too.
Yeah, dragons are nice. We all like
Dragons.
dragons. Dragon these
Speaking-
balls! Sorry.
Oh, speaking of dragons, me and Tara have been watching Dragon Ball Z.
Alright.
We are 5 episodes from the end. We have done it. Majin Buu has been defeated, and now we're just watching this sort of slice of life shit at the end.
Yeah.
And hopefully, tonight, we will watch Battle of the Gods.
Nice.
The first movie from Super.
Alright.
Which is super exciting for me. Because, like, I'm sorry, but you know a woman loves you when she will sit through 300 episodes of an anime that she'd never watched before, just so she gets you. You know? And she likes it now, granted. But, like, that's a tough slog sometimes, that series.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it is old. It is old. But it's good. Funnily enough, she was like, I don't know how much more Dragon Ball I want to watch. And then I told her, because she wants to watch Naruto.
Okay.
She's a big Naruto fan. And in Australia, we can't find Naruto dubbed
Oh, okay.
on streaming platforms. It doesn't exist. In English. So, we've been, like, you know, for ages and ages we've been talking about it. But for her birthday, I decided I'm going to get her. I found a box set with every episode of Naruto, every episode of Shippuden on DVD, dubbed in English.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I told her that that's what I'm going to try and get her, and she's like, right, let's finish Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
So it was the play.
Plan.
Big play.
All coming together.
I executed Order 66.
Nice. Very nice.
But, yeah. Another segue. Did you see the new Dragon Ball game coming out?
No, I didn't.
No, oh my fucking god, bro. It's Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I think? Let me Google.
No, I didn't see any about that. Sparking Zero
Bro.
announcement. Alright.
Yeah, Sparking Zero. Have a look at the trailer for it, and tell me that doesn't get you excited, even if you're not a huge Dragon Ball fan. It looks so beautiful. Like, just the animation, the graphics alone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so hyped. And I think they've got nearly 200 characters.
200 characters. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh god, the animations look dope as fuck.
Right?
Wow, that's impressive. That's real cool.
Yeah, so... there's a heap. Like, if you look it up, it's a massive screen. It looks to have everyone from Dragon Ball Z, including a lot of the movies.
Yeah.
It's got all the GT characters, it's got Super characters, and it has Dragon Ball characters. So, like, it's got people from all across everything.
Alright. That's cool.
And as a Dragon Ball fan, that makes me so fucking happy.
That's cool. I like it.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Oh, I like it.
Yes.
That's funny. Fucking, yeah. You got anything you want to ask? Any subjects, Obi, you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Questions you want to ask?
I think we covered quite a lot of different things, right?
Okay.
Like
well,
hobby goals.
there is a question. There is a question for the podcast. What we think of more stuff.
Exactly.
This one, yeah, we got a few actually. Hold up. What we got here? So, Possum Painting on the Discord, said, not sure how long of a topic it'll be, but I was thinking the one that got away. So a model you always wanted for, or toy you always wanted, etc. But by the time you could afford it, they were gone. For me, as a kid, it was Boglins, but never got one. I don't know what that is. Warhammer, I always wanted an old school epic warlord Titan. Before it was discontinued, I never had the chance to buy it. This was pre-eBay, etc. Could even cover stuff you're looking forward to, and never did. Random, just waffling on now. Okay, I'm also waffling. We had that in common, my friend.
Yeah. I like waffles. That's cool.
I like waffles, and I like Possum. He's a good person.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure if he's a he or a she, but nice one, Possum.
Yeah.
Anyway, Obi, you got anything?
I think model-wise for me, not really. Or toy that got away, not really either, because I do tend to eventually end up buying everything that I want or printing it now. So small things like that never really feel like they get away from me. I think the thing that is ever eluding is definitely my dream car. And that's gonna be a lifelong goal, I guess, basically, to ever get there. But it's good to have dreams, I guess. Just try and have realistic ones.
Nah, fuck that. Dream huge. Shoot for the sky.
Yeah, no, model-wise, I don't think any like that.
What about guitar? What about guitars, though?
Yep, there's a guitar. And the worst thing is that I actually did own one of them before, but I had to.
I know what it is.
I had to sell
what it is.
Yeah, what is it?
It's the Ibanez.
Yeah,
the Ibanez KE7.
Yeah,
yeah, I knew it.
I owned it and I had to sell it because of, well, life. And that's one of those guitars that I would definitely I would try to find it again if I have the chance. Either that or the version that came after that was Monkey's signature guitar, is the Apex 200. Is the one with the stars in the inlay and the 69 on the 12th fretboard. That is one thing that's been elusive for me. That's true.
They're not cheap either.
No, at the time that I bought mine, I think I paid $600 for mine and sold it for $650, and I think they're probably up on 800, 900 euros. So, and that Apex is probably gonna be even more expensive. If there are even still any around that are in a decent enough condition to even think about it.
Yeah. There you go. Alright. For me, I actually have a couple. Toys? So the toy that got away from me, so it was 2019, and I was saving up and gearing up to go to England in January 2020. Which we did get to do, by the way. We made it back just before COVID hit Australia.
Yeah.
But I was putting every spare penny I had into that trip. And then I went into this comic book / collectible store that we have here. And I found my grail of collectible toys. which is a... If you look it up, you look up Spawn Wings Redemption figure, you'll see it. So it's basically Spawn with angel wings.
Spawn's what?
Wings Redemption.
Wings of Redemption.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
lordy.
So, if you look on eBay at the moment, there's one at the moment for $660 Australian in the box.
Whee!
I found that toy for $120.
Oh, Lord.
And I didn't pull the trigger because I wanted to save for my trip to the UK. And ultimately, I'm like, that $120 would not have been missed. I could have done without that 120, and I would have had that fucking goal of a toy. But I sadly, I don't think I'll ever own that now because I'm not paying $600 for it. So unless I find one at a garage sale or like at a rare good price again,
Yeah.
I think it's gone, man.
Yeah.
And it was the 12-inch one too, like the huge one.
Correct.
And I've always wanted one of those since I was a teenager. My friend Justin, his older brother John, he has the smaller version of that, and I've always wanted one. Always. Since I was, 14. And yeah, I let that get away. The other one was when I was at that fucking, that hobby convention a few months back.
Yeah.
And, that's actually a really cool Spawn statue. I might buy that instead. Anyway, I was at the hobby convention, and I think I told you they had those black and neon color kits.
Yeah.
Of the models, and I bought a black and green RX-78, but they had a black and pink strike aisle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like black and neon pink, and it was only 120, I think. I can't get them now for under 180, and they're nearly impossible to find over here.
Oh.
There was a master grade.
Yeah.
And it's fucking wicked. So I'm upset I didn't buy that, and I'm also kind of upset that I didn't, or haven't, when I had a bit more disposable income, not bought that Exia Lightning Mode, the $500 bad boy with all the lights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they're getting harder to get at the moment. Like, I think Japan, like, Bandai put, like, an embargo on how much Gunpla they ship out. Like, they ship much less out now than what they were.
Oh.
Because people were scalping them.
Yeah.
Like, they were buying up a heap and then scalping them and that. So Japan was like, nah, fuck you, we'll just keep them,
Yeah.
Something to that effect. I'm not across it exactly.
Yeah.
But something like that.
Because Premium Bandai is really hard to get here. I ordered a couple of Premium Bandai kits, and it was through such a weird site that it just felt shady as hell, and it took like a year or more for my kits to arrive. So it was super shady. And I don't think I'm ever gonna buy through that site again. If I'm ever buying any Premium Bandai, Sam, you're my man.
We do have Sam.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Buddy.
No, Sam's cool, actually. He even offered to, if he found a Hello Kitty Game Boy, to let me know if he finds it, to hook me up, and I'll pay him for it. So, I like him. He's a good lad.
Oh, yeah.
And the guitar that got away, you gotta know it's Dimebag related.
Yep.
Is
it the one with the lightning strikes?
No. I'm not that cliche. Don't get me wrong, I would love one of those, and if I see one for a good price, I'll get it. But I used to own a Dean Cemetery Gates Razorback.
Oh, okay.
And it was a little overdone, I guess, but as a piece, like a collector's piece, gorgeous. It had like between the pickups, it had like some cemetery gates in there with like a graveyard and shit. It had the lyrics, and past the cemetery gates printed on there. And then, like, if you looked really hard in the mist, you could actually see Dimebag's silhouette of his face.
Okay.
And it was really beautiful. I very much viewed it as like a nice memorial piece. I had to sell that. I sold that for $1,000. I paid $2,000 for it.
Oh.
It's now worth $5,000.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've seen it on Reverb for $5,000, and I'm like, fuck my life.
Christ.
And the other one, I don't know if I told you, but I was at work, and I had, I was sort of like in the market, kind of nearly soon for another Dimebag guitar, and I was looking, and on Marketplace I found a Stealth, which is like just not the Razorback, just straight points.
Yeah.
Snake skin. So the whole thing was snake skin, really distinctive looking.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of cool. It's too much for some people, but I enjoy it. For 700 Australian dollars. That is a $2,000 guitar all day from retail.
Yeah.
Right? Korean made, they're good fiddles. And it was at a pawnbroker that was doing online stuff, and I'm like, fuck, okay. I was working the overnight shift. I got home, I went to bed. First thing I did when I woke up, I called them.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, like, do you still have this guitar? So I was uptown. And they were like, oh, a guy came in 5 minutes ago and bought that.
No!
I was like, dude, I was ready to go over the next day and buy it. Like, drop that money. And yeah. I haven't found another one since. They don't come up very often, even just that shape. So, that's the one that got away. All the ones.
The one that got away. Wow. That's a lot of
lots of disappointments.
Yeah. There's also a question there from Slappy, but I think that is a episode all in itself, and I think that will take a little bit more preparation to go. So,
the one about the lighting system?
Yeah, exactly, for LEDs.
Okay.
So I think I think we could do a separate episode on that. So,
wait, is that about LEDs or is that about hobby lighting? I'm confused.
LEDs to put inside of models.
Okay.
So.
Okay, because right, I'm reading the time to order the lighting system has come.
Yeah.
Is there one you'd recommend?
Exactly.
I think we already addressed that. All right.
Cool.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm down for that episode because I really want to make a big fucking... I haven't told you this idea yet. I have an idea. So behind me, where I'm going to put all those shelves I was telling you about, I want to do a fucking diorama.
Hmm?
Right? I have Gilliman.
Yeah.
Drunken gave him to me.
Yeah.
I want to have him dueling somebody. Now, I thought Mortarion, like in the book, and then I thought, no, Courtney's already working on that. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about getting Bellacore and doing him coming down and doing maybe some LEDs, possibly some resin and that in like an Arctic environment.
Oh, yeah.
So I can get some cool OSL going and shit like that to go on the shelf behind me. And because it'll be on the shelf, I can wire in LEDs and things like that and hide the cables. No issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my idea. So I'll be listening with keen ears to that episode.
Exactly.
For your wisdom.
I think it will be a good episode, that one.
Fuck yeah.
Hells to the yeah. Cool. Norcrey also asked us a question there. If we would do a episode on the trading card games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think we said maybe.
I don't even see where that is. But yeah, I mean, look, we probably will. But I think those things need to be broken down into their own hobbies.
Yeah.
Because, like, we did a Pokemon one, and I think that covered the trading card game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But, like, if we're going to do Magic, I want to get someone on that actually knows Magic.
Yeah.
Because I'd just be speaking out my ass.
Yeah.
I know Drunken's pretty into it now. Maybe we'll get him on again for another chat.
Yeah.
He can tell us all about it.
Or our latest listener, Mr. Mr. Delish Fish.
Oh, you mean the guy that's been around our Discord for 2 years, but only just started listening to that guy? Love it.
That guy? Yeah. Awesome.
Nah, he's a good one.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
Fair enough.
Nah, that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, but I'd like to touch on that stuff. It's just all in due time. We have at least another 10 years of this podcast ahead, so gotta take it slow on the content, man. It'll run out.
Exactly. Very good. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Next one. You want to go?
All right. I don't even know where I'm looking.
Bixa.
Are we in Bixa? Fuck, I've lost it, man. Oh, no wonder I'm in episode discussion. God, I'm stupid some days. How many 7-year-olds could you take on in a fight?
Yeah.
Alright, how many 7-year-olds could you take on in a fight? One is allowed. One is allowed a baseball bat. You are not allowed to steal. Man, that's a tough question. Oh no, and he says a swarm. Look, man, a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to be a matter of stamina. I definitely got strength, but kids have a lot more energy. So, like, it's a one-hit KO, but, like, how many times can you throw hands before you pass out?
I'm good. Like, I'd say at least 50 to 60.
Oh, yeah, but, like, eventually, like, Tyranids will overwhelm you.
Yeah.
All I know, Bixer, is more than you.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
probably sure. Yeah.
Nah, see, I'm a thinker. What I'd do, I'd make friends with the 7-year-olds and then get them to go and rob banks for me.
Ah.
Yeah, right? Because, like, they can't be prosecuted. They're youths. They'll be fine. And then, with a portion of the money, I buy them V-Bucks, and then we're good. That's how it works. That's how you pay your children. V-Bucks. So, yeah, that's the answer to that.
That's a good answer.
I think there's one more question from Bixer again. Obi?
Oh, excuse me.
There's another question from Bixer. His most recent one.
Alright, yeah. I think this is actually a good one to do some discussion around.
I do, yeah.
You are a basic bitch PDF soldier. Who would you want to defend your planet against the least and the most? Note, suicide is not an option, and I'm taking Dark Elder off the table. That's the clear winner here. And he's not wrong on that one, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, unless you're into the kinky stuff.
Yeah.
Look, I think most would obviously be the Tau. Right? Because I feel like if you run up to a Tau soldier, throw your weapon to the ground and be like, I want to be the greater good, you might have a chance of not dying.
Fair.
Might. Not saying you would. They'd probably kill you from 5 kilometers away with their big fucking blue bolts. Like the bits of energy fucking fuck your shit up like Predator in the jungle. But I feel like they are the biggest chance of being compassionate towards you if you do surrender. Whereas everyone else is just, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know? Gee, I think the least is hard. But obviously you go to Chaos, right? Like, Chaos would suck.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're kind of just going to blood and guts you anyway. Like, you're just going to get killed. I think the worst, apart from Dark Elder, would probably be maybe Necrons.
Yeah.
If you got one of those mind control ones on your head.
Ooh.
You know, like one of those.
Yeah.
You could be a serf or something like that. I think that'd be pretty bad. Or an orc. Because I feel like an orc, if they captured you, you're going to be kept as like a plaything, potentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're just going to dance, Yumi, dance, instead of shooting you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be a great time.
Yeah.
But then again, you might be able to you might be able to impress the orcs with your drinking abilities. And become buddies with them, and you might be their favourite Yumi ever.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to call, but I think definitely the Necrons.
Yeah.
Because they're just so unfeeling.
Yeah.
So unfeeling, and there's no guarantee your death would be quick, or they would even grant you death. You could just be a slave.
Yeah, I think Necrons could go two ways. Either you get zapped by the molecule destroyer, and you basically turn into a green mush, or they decide to spare you because they need people to worship them.
Let me tell you, I started out as white mush. I don't mind being turned into green mush.
I think for me, the worst will probably be the Tyranids, perhaps. I mean, you're basically just food at that point, being hunted as food. It's unrelentless, always coming. I don't think you can stop it at all. But on the other hand, like the gene stealers that they would have on your planet first, you'd probably already be a part of the cult anyway. So
That's true. I wonder with a like say a Hormigor, right? Say you're like cornered by a Hormigor. Do they attack you in the same way a predator does? Or do they attack you in the way an omnivore does? Because, like, and I'm getting for real here, like, if you get attacked by a lion or a tiger, they go for your throat to kill you straight away, right? Like, because they're predators. Whereas a bear, because nothing bothers them, and they're omnivorous, they don't try and kill you. If they decide to eat you, they just eat you while you're alive.
Yeah.
So I wonder if a Hormigaunt's going to try and, like, cut your head off and then devour you, given you have a gun, or if it's just going to eat you from the legs up. You know what I mean? Like, what's its play?
I don't know. I think it would be kill as quick as possible so that it can move on to the next one. Because it doesn't really feed.
See, if that's...
It's no purpose of feeding there. It's more of a kill kind of thing, because in the end, everything's going to turn into the biomass anyway, so you could just leave it around and it gets absorbed later.
If that's the case, I can get behind that. Because, like, as long as it's a quick death, that's kind of the best you can hope for.
Yeah, yeah.
But if it's gonna bear attack you, that is the worst thing possible.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
that's my thinking.
Yeah, I think the well, I guess in a way it's the most optimistic way because you'll die fast. But on the other hand, it might also be the scariest one to me. Besides the Night Lord, perhaps.
The what? The Night Lord? Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah. I think I would probably love to fight against the Space Wolves because I always enjoyed having a dog around. So.
Fuck off. I feel like fighting against... See, the problem with saying that you're fighting Chaos, right? Or Night Lords.
Yeah.
I don't think that you would be alive long enough to see a Night Lord.
Nah.
But, like, if you're a standard, PDF, like, planetary defense person, you're not gonna last that long. You're just gonna get fucked up by their cultists or, you know, stray around. Like, you're not gonna live so long that you last to see a Night Lord and he decides to torture you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just don't see that happening. Like, you might, but you'd have to consider that a blessing at that point.
Yeah.
Like, that you even made it that far, you know? I just don't see that happening. But that's just me. But if you did make it that far, and they did get a hold of you, that is a very bad time. Prepare to be flayed.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like... But, yeah, I mean, so what do we think is the worst? What do you think?
I think probably...
I think we need to come to a consensus on this.
Alright, like, scary... probably Tyranids, definitely.
Sheer terror, 100%.
Sheer terror, just coming straight at you, unrelenting.
Then again, orcs too, though, because they are huge, and there's millions of them.
Yeah, but... Yeah, okay.
No, I think Tyranids are scary.
I think they're scarier,
yeah. I'll give you that. They're basically xenomorphs.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I think they just win on pure looks.
Yeah. Especially if they have one of those kaiju motherfuckers,
right?
Like that your son's
Jesus
working on.
Christ, that's scary.
Yeah, that's a whole other note from me.
Yeah, so I think for me it would be Tyrannus is the least
Yeah.
And the most, like I said, I'd probably enjoy having a pet space wolf around.
Okay. What about the squats though? Because I feel like there's a pretty good chance that you could just hang out and drink beer with
Probably.
them. Right? Like, space dwarves, I already look like a dwarf.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just where I belong.
You'd get accepted.
I would. I'd find my people at last. You know? I don't know if you know this, but I'm also shopping for Gundam at the moment while I'm doing this podcast.
I'm currently playing with a candle, so...
Oh. Pouring it on yourself sensually?
Nah, not that kind of candle.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, I think that's all the questions answered.
Yes, for sure. Oh no.
You know? Yeah. I think now is time for us to talk about the thing that we always come here to talk about, and that is our little chat about good music that we usually do.
Yes.
If you're down for it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So today we have something that I've been looking forward to for a fucking long while.
Yeah.
This album came out in 2023, a good couple of months ago, but we put a few things ahead of it, and it's just, but this is the one I've been wanting to talk about. It is by a band called Silosis, and the album is A Sign of Things to Come. Okay? So, yeah. Obi, you gave it a quick listen. I know you didn't get to spend too much time with it. What did you think, man?
It's a banger. I like, for real.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm into it. Like, it got me heading my nod, like, straight away. So.
Okay, so it's in the right vein for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. Had you listened to Silosis before that? Like, were they something that was on your radar?
No, okay. No, never did. Like, I've heard of them before, but never really ended up listening to it because of reasons.
Because of reasons?
Which are clearly not coming back to me.
So, I got into Silosis somewhere between 2012 and 2015, because the newest album was Monolith when I got into them. So, listened to them for over 10 years now, which I didn't realise.
Okay.
But after 2015, they actually went on a hiatus. So they fucked off for a while until 2020. They put out Cycle of Suffering, which is a fucking great album.
Oh, yeah. I listened to a song of that.
Yeah. It'll probably show up in your Spotify a bit if you listen to the same sort of stuff we do. They pop up occasionally.
Yeah.
But, yeah. That new album, man, I was hyped for it, because I'd heard a song or two off it. I was so excited. Like, I'd heard Deadwood and A Sign of Things to Come.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, right. So the first two tracks I'd heard. And I think Poison for the Lost as well. And I was like, right, let's fucking go. It came out, man. I fucking love this album. Front to back. So, the guitarist and singer, Josh Middleton, he did a stint in The Architects for a little while, which are...
Yeah, I know them.
They're like a metalcore band. Yeah. And so, prior to this, like, he's always been a good songwriter, always been a good guitarist. But I feel like he's figured out how to make really good catchy choruses now as well. Like, from hanging out with them, it's like he's just got that bit of influence. And it's clicked. And these guys are doing great. And I really hope they blow up because they deserve it. This album is a fucking banger. 100%.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do love it. Yeah. I think for me, I gotta give it a solid 9.5 goblins out of 10.
Whoa, Jesus, that's a high one.
It's one of my favorite albums in a while.
Oh, Lord.
Actually, no, let's give it a 9. I think it's a 9. It could have been a bit longer, a bit more chill.
Yeah,
but
it went pretty fast. That's for sure.
yeah, but they changed it up in that album too. There's a song they called "Absent."
Yeah.
And it's a very slow song. It's very quiet, and I wasn't expecting that from them at all.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
Okay.
So fucking good, man. So yeah, it's good shit.
For sure.
Good shit.
Yeah. No, I listened to it. Like the pace is good. The singing is right. Like I'm very specific on the singing part. And it does the clean singing well to compare with the screams, the heavier singing. Real good.
Yeah.
And I have to say, the mix of this stuff, Jesus Christ, is really well done.
Yeah. And you know what's really interesting? If you go back to their older albums, I don't think this one is, but their older albums were in fucking standard tuning. E standard.
For real?
And they still sound so heavy, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I'm pretty sure that the album I was talking about before, Monolith is in E standard.
Huh.
Yeah, so fucking sick stuff, dude. So yeah. No, it's good. I'm really glad you liked it. Actually,
yeah. That's a good album.
I'm always happy when I can show you some shit that you actually dig. Because sometimes our music taste ain't the same.
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah, showing you Necrogoblicon and Silosis, and you liking both of them, I feel like that's a big one.
Yeah. And I'm very picky on music, like real picky.
Yeah, you are. I'm more of like if it's metal and it's gotta go, if it's good, I like it. You know, like I'm not super fussy.
Yeah.
I'm just a metalhead. You give me good shit, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Like, fuck, right now I'm listening to Judas Priest, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, the other one I wanted to ask you, Obi, I don't know if you're prepared for this or not. We didn't do an album of the year.
Oh.
Do you have a favorite album of last year?
Yes, I do. I think it might have been pretty obvious. You can take a guess.
I don't remember what we did last year.
Okay. Oh, never mind then. I'll straight up say it. But
What do you got?
it's one of those albums that a little bit similar to Lorna Shore, and Will Ramos has a lot of inspiration from them. Sleep Token. So it's their album. I think that was really good and definitely opened me up to a little bit more softer music again. Because they have like this mixture between soft music and metal riffs and everything.
That's a cool album.
Yeah,
it's a cool album. That one. What was it?
Take Me Back to Eden.
Eden?
Correct, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a good album, man. That was my first introduction to Sleep Token.
Yeah.
And like it's not 100% my thing, but I really appreciate what they.
Yeah, and getting more people into the scene as well. I think. So.
Yeah. Spirit Box did put out an EP around the same time this album came out, but we didn't get a chance to check it out for the podcast. But I did listen to it; it was pretty good. I like Spirit Box a lot. They're sort of like people say Sleep Token, I say Spirit Box. It's much more my modern metal than I do. Yeah. But yeah, I think for me, album of the year is a tough one. Because I think it's two.
Okay.
I think it's Terrorsight by Cattle Decapitation. Because I'd never even listened to them before I heard that album.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking banger. Like, they got me as a fan from that album. So that's got to say something.
Yeah.
You know, and the production of that album is mental.
Yeah.
And between that and Sign of Things to Come by fucking Silosis.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think I've listened to this album probably 10 times on repeat.
Oh.
So maybe more.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's my jam. So I think honestly, honorable mention is Cal Decap, but I think that Silosis album we just covered.
Yeah.
That's it for me, man. I think that's it for me.
For real, yeah.
It's the jam, man.
Yeah, I haven't had time, to be honest, this year to listen to music. because my job has just been it's been so draining, and every time I would put on music, I would get a phone call within the minute. So I'll never get to enjoy music like that at the same level anymore as I used to. So it's been really hard to get into like new music or find like an album here and there that are enjoyable, because I don't frankly have the time to listen to it. So
I understand.
but yeah,
There's a band actually I wanted to show you as well. They're a newer band. They're called Orbit Culture.
all right.
I just wanted to have a chat about them. They're really good. I discovered them recently. One of the YouTubers I watched, Tank the Tech, made a video about them. And they do some good shit. They sound very similar to Silosis, but they have some more Metallica-style vocals in there. Like, not Metallica like, yeah, but like old Metallica.
Yeah.
Where its vocals were like raw and good, you know? So like they have both. And I think it's pretty cool. It's a good mix. They got some good shit going on. I'll send you some stuff by them soon. But yeah, definitely check them out for the fun of it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Orbit Culture. So yeah, that's it. That's a music segment. Unless you have something else you want to add to it.
No, I think I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good.
You think you're good? Well, I mean, we're hitting that magic mark where we finish anyway.
Yeah, it started to feel like that. That's for sure. Cool.
It's quite funny actually, because we don't have a time limit on this podcast. We just talk as long as we feel like it, but it always ends up being about 2 hours.
Yeah. Which doesn't enjoy me when I have to edit this stuff, but whatever. We do it for you guys.
Sorry, but hey, at least we didn't have to write. We're just
yeah, that's fine.
We're just naturally good podcasters. That's what it is. Natural ability.
And I think we are at like a point where we're that good at doing this stuff. Like, as long as I sync up the tracks at the start, I maybe cut like a couple of dead spaces here and there. I don't really edit this anymore. So it's just maybe lining up all the tracks and cutting a couple of dead spaces or a couple of arms here and there, or some noises that I made. So
burps and farts,
or me slamming my head on the desk, or I don't know, playing with a lighter.
Dude, you know what's hilarious? I had no idea how good my microphone was in here.
Yeah.
And then we were playing Fortnite, and Tara and that always ended up laughing their ass off when they hear me fart. My mic picks up my farts. And I said to them, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I've hit a point in my life where I'm so proud. They're like, why? I'm like, because I can fart in my mic to you guys without having to put it in my ass. I have achieved goals.
Yeah, fair enough. So
it's very fun.
Yeah, I think for me, for editing, I can actually start painting more and not have to focus that much. Yeah.
And if you just hear something that's a bit fucky, then you can get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but in the last 6 months of us making this, I'd say we have gotten much better at the process of clean audio for the podcast.
Exactly.
Right? I think it's much better.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been putting up soundproofing foam as well, so hopefully my echo is going to be less.
Yeah.
I don't breathe as heavily into the microphone now, which is nice.
Yes.
I breathe heavy naturally, but I realize what it is because my mic once again picks up my farts from a mile away. I just had to drop the recording to 70 or 80%. So if I'm a little quieter, Obi can bump me up, but at least I'm not getting every single sound that goes in there now, which is lovely. Because it used to be I'd scratch my beard. And you know? So,
yeah, for real.
But it's good. But yeah, and before we go, I do want to say, if you guys want something a bit more lore-focused, our buddy Gerald has a great podcast called Grimlore. They do fucking Age of Sigmar and old world fantasy lore, and they have a fun time over there. They're a bit more roleplay than we are, but we only release stuff once a month at the moment, so go pay the boys a visit in their little tavern between episodes.
Yes.
And Tell them who sent you so they never forget who their overlords
Oh.
are. Nah, I'm joking. But seriously, you guys are doing great. I love your podcast, guys.
Yeah, cool.
Well done.
I'd say for us, if there's any kind of tips or discussion you want to take on, like, feel free to jump on the Discord and go into our episode discussion tab. Like, if there's anything you'd say you want to improve, and no big firing getcha is not an option, please give it up there, or do any suggestions. Like, we're definitely open to any kind of ideas or inputs that you guys wanted to have, and we'll see if we could implement it in somehow. Like,
absolutely, man. Because this podcast, we enjoy making it, but it is also for you guys. Yeah. So, like, if there's a direction you guys want us to go, or, like, you know, whatever, like, we're happy to go that way. Like, if you say you want a few more Warhammer episodes, we'll sprinkle in a little bit more Warhammer. That's fine. But as long as we can still do hobbies broadly, we're both happy.
Yeah.
You know? That's it. Like, we're stoked on it. So, absolutely. Get in there, talk about it. Let's make some discourse in the Discord.
Yar.
Yar.
Yeah, I think for sure. Like, that's definitely. I have 2 goals, and one was. I'm not gonna mention that here, and the other one is to hobby more and be more active on the Discord. So, like, 2 New Year's resolutions. Nah, I'm not mentioning that here.
You'll have to tell me your other goal when we're on.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I do want to start doing, especially when we get cameras sorted, is doing blooper outtakes after the show.
Yeah.
Like, not bloopers, but because, like, what people don't realize, when we hit the stop button, we still hang out for 15 minutes sometimes. And some of the funniest shit ever happens in that time.
Or before.
Jokes, but they can't be
fucking
replicated.
Before the episode.
Yeah, or before. Yeah. So, like, we need to start recording at all times.
Yes.
But, yeah. Anyway, that's enough.
That's enough for us today.
That's all you get.
Yep.
That's all you get. For now.
Yeah.
Remember, till next time, guys. Happy fucking New Year. Merry Christmas. And remember to fucking crank that ant.
And slay that grey.
And give Obi money so he can buy a Porsche.
Yes.
We are the Night Slavs. No, but seriously, we are the Night Slavs. Have a great fucking day, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.